What's up YouTube? WoW Swag here, coming out with a video. Lately I've been seeing a lot of videos coming out about the March 2012 ban list, and I thought I'd just put in my perspective of what's going to happen. The reason why this is called a realistic view of the ban list, or realistic ban list predictions, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet, but is because a lot of people are having outrageous ideas about what's going to be on this ban list. People saying Graphita 1, Super Poly banned, all these different things. But they're not really looking at what's happening in the meta. They're not looking at Order of Chaos. They're not looking at what's going on in the meta. They're just randomly saying things that are good and that are going to get hit. They're not thinking about what's coming out. The fact that Veilers in the Special Edition could be a sign of something. The Gold Series 2012, we'll have the tins after September, so that won't matter. But you have to look at what's coming out, and then around that time, so we have the Dragon Structure deck. So Dragon's probably not going to get hit because, they haven't proven themselves yet. There's nothing to say yes or no about them. So anything with Dragons you could probably forget about. Future Fusion, on the other hand, will probably be hit. That's my opinion because it can be abused in too many decks. The fear of dragons with Future Fusion, of E-Heroes once the Dark one comes out, is just going to be, it's going to abuse things too rapidly for anything that... Yeah, that was my phone. Anyways, so I think Future Fusion is the first one on my list to get hit. I'd show you the card, but it's not in front of me. Another card that's going to be hit, that people were kind of talking about, but not really. In my opinion, I'm definitely thinking that we're going to see a ban in Monster Reborn or Dark Hole, if not both. Konami has a way of just giving us nice things and then taking them away. So I think we're going to see a format when we lose our nice things. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. Anyways, so one or the other, or both. I think we're going to see the return of a more, I don't want to say conservative play. I think we're going to see the return of a slower format with more answers, more responses to what's happening, especially normal summons. I think there's going to be a lot more negation happening in terms of normal summons rather than special summons. I don't think Royal Oppression is going to come back. I could be wrong, but I don't think Royal Oppression is going to come back. That would just kill everything, basically. Something that I think could get hit, I hope it doesn't get hit since I just got mine, is BLS. Once again, Konami likes to give us nice things and then take them away. A possibility that I saw, if certain things come around, would be Bryonac. People have been saying it for a long time, that Bryo needs to, go, but at the same time, I just can't imagine a world without Bryo right now. It's an answer to things that we don't have answers for. So, it's not broken, but at the same time, in the right situation, it is. One that I could see possibly going to 1 would be Wind Up Zenmaines. Zenmaines came out in the OCG Gold Series 2012. So it's now in the OCG, which means it's fair game for our ban list. Also in the OCG is Rescue Rabbit, though not as prevalent as it is here because they don't have Tour Guide. I think that Rabbit could go to 2, so not to destroy the deck, but definitely slow it down, or go to 1 and ruin the deck. Those are my 2 options on that one, so I'm not sure where to put Rabbit. I would assume 2, but I could be wrong. Um, Next on the list, whereas we were skipping forward a bit into the Order of Chaos, where we see Inzectors. Now, over in the OCG, Inzectors are destroying the meta. They are killing everything. And Wind-Up's the same, and we're just seeing that those are the decks. Those are the two decks that are just killing everything. And I definitely think we're going to see probably a Hornet, perhaps, hit. Order of Chaos is coming out officially on the 24th, but, you know, that's a long way from March. Gives us a lot of time to buy those packs, to put our money into Order of Chaos. So I think we might see a Hornet hit. If not Hornet, the other ones. Also, probably Wind-Up Hunter at 1. Doesn't do anything early other than stops them from mixing with Inzectors, probably. But if you put Wind-Up Hunter at 1, it doesn't really hurt Wind-Ups at all, because most of them are on 1 anyways. In pure Inzectors, with Sharks and everything. Wind-Ups aren't really as big in Japan because they don't have Shark, but they definitely use other things that hurt the deck. Well, not hurt, that hurt other decks. Things I can see coming back would be Shien at 2. They crippled 6 Sams, and I'm not just saying this because I play 6 Sams, but they've crippled 6 Sams to the point where they can still win, but only if they do, like, a 1 lockdown. It can't just be poke, 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 poke. It's just, they have to lock the opponent down to the point where the opponent basically gives up. That's what it comes down to. When I've been playing 6 Sams, I know that if I get Beast Shien first turn, it's about a 90% chance I'm going to win. Not just because this is such a trap-heavy or spell-heavy format, it's that it's overwhelming to someone who opens up 4 spells and a monster. I know when I'm playing against 6 Sams with things like, I don't know, Chainburn or something like that, I'm always scared that they're going to pull out Barkion and be like, oh fuck, here comes this thing. But anyways, so I can see Shien coming back to 2. If not Shien at 2, I can see other things in 6 Sams coming back. With the release of the Samurai Assault and Super Elders, which I think look terrible, but anyways, it kind of makes me think, possibly, that we could see 6 Sams coming back. They didn't get any support, really. There's no new support for anything, and the deck doesn't really mix with things well, because all of their search cards and draw cards are basically 6 Sam, essential. And, anyone saying that mixes well with other things is probably just fooling yourself, because much like X-Sabers, you should basically just run X-Sabers, or just 6 Sams. Speaking of X-Sabers, can't see anything happening for them. Yeah, there's a Super Pashul now, but that's it. Can't see 6 Sabers getting hit at all. Or bringing anything back, for that matter. The Dark Soul ruling kind of hit them hard enough, and I think that Konami's just going to leave them. Lightsworn, Twilight, whatever the hell you want to call it now, I can see the possibility of Lumina at 2 or Charge at 2, which would make other decks really powerful as well. I can see Charge coming to 2 because if they bring back something like Oppression or something that is a response to something, I can definitely see Twilight or Lightsworns making a return to the big stage. They brought back JD to 3, didn't do much for the deck. Everyone thought Twilight was going to be this monster deck this format with BLS, 3 JD, and it just proved that without those charges and Luminas, it's not the same deck. I've heard a lot of people saying Necro Garden at 3. If that happens, I'm never going to stop playing Twilight because that would open up more plays than ever before. Yeah, you'd have, sometimes you'd probably draw into 1 or 2 Necro Gardeners, but then that's just bluffs for Raikou. People are scared of Raikou because of its effect to destroy anything. I know when I'm playing against Twilight or Lightsworn, I'm very conservative about hitting face downs, because it could be a Raikou that could just eat my face. So I know that if that happened, we'd be seeing a lot more Twilight, a lot more Light Sworn variants, things like that with 3 Necrogardenas. So if it could happen, but at the same time, I think Konami saw what happened when it was a Twilight format, and it was like, no, it was broken. Speaking of Twilight format, Blackwings. I can see Blackwings getting a second Kalut, perhaps, which would give them a tiny little boost, but at the same time, they're still just Blackwings. I can't see Whirlwind coming back, but at the same time, if my previous prediction is correct about the responses to normal summons, I can see 2 cards from search card, Black Whirlwind. I can't see Gale coming back anytime soon, but I can maybe see Kalut at 2 to give a proper search off of some of them. That's really it for Blackwings, Light Sworn kind of stuff. Dark Arm's not going to get boosted to anything. He's too powerful. Agents. So, as I was saying before, people were complaining about just random cards that they thought were good. But Christia just came out in a tin where people just bought lots of them. So, yeah, we can see that. And the structure deck, yeah, it came out a while ago. People aren't really buying it anymore. But at the same time, Agents never really died from the meta. YCS Brighton, we saw Agents of Chaos, or whatever the hell they want to call them, topping. So they're not gone. But at the same time, they're just not as powerful as we once thought. I can't see Christia getting down from 2. To be honest, a lot of Agents players that I know don't even play Christia main board. They side it because when they draw it, it doesn't do anything. Sorry about that. Wow. Terrible time. Sorry if I was gross for anybody. Anyways. So, Christia Hyperion kind of thing. I can't see it happening. I know when I play Agents, I always feel bad for people if I can pull off the BLS Hyperion Christia, like second turn, and they have no response. Because at that point in time, they can't do anything other than Dark Hole me, and then I can just summon Christia next turn because I removed a fairy to get Hyperion on the grave. So, or Hyperion on the field. So, it doesn't really matter. Grapha, can't see Grapha going. I can see him going to 2, not 1, not banned. I can't see many of those Dark Worlds haven't topped. People have to realize that, yeah, Dark Worlds on Dueling Network are kind of annoying, but in real life, they've done nothing. They don't top, they don't, win anything, so what's the point? Like, they're not causing a stir, unlike Inzectors that are destroying a meta. Like, they're just not allowing things to win. They win everything. Speaking of OCG again, shooting Quasar Dragon. Banned. You get it on the field, it's an instant win. If you can't win with shooting Quasar on the field, you shouldn't... Well, either you're retarded. No offense to those mentally disabled. You're just bad. Or, I don't want to say it. You give me all your cards, and then you can just stop. Because it's a win on its own. It's like Exodia without Exodia. It negates anything. Anything. And then if somehow you screw up and negate something, and then they do something else, you get Shooting Star, which can negate anything. Once again, basically, that destroys, and that's all you're going to worry about. What's going to run over a 3200? Nothing. Ooh, Graphic negate. Hyperion negate. Anything. It's not going to happen. And I've been hit with shooting Quasar about 3 times. And I know that how annoying it is. I've beaten it twice because people are stupid. But then I have to deal with Shooting Star. Which then people don't know how to use Shooting Star properly, and they usually screw themselves over. So those were just some of my predictions on some cards. I know it was a very informal video, and I'm going to try and do better. But please comment, rate, subscribe. Trade binder is always up there. I've done a big trade in the past day or so. So some things in there aren't trade, but if you message me, I'll definitely tell you. So once again, thank you for watching. Please tell me your ideas on the ban list, and message me, or troll me, or say I'm an idiot, or say I'm terrible. Anything is worthwhile, and I'll read all of it and respond to all of it. Thanks.